right, welcome back, folks. We're currently airing down. We're doing a day trip out here. We're going to be exploring near the west side of Arkansas, or west side of Arkansas. We're going to go check out some of these county roads that Onyx has just pinned, and we're just going to have a fun day trip. Been lots of rain out here, so we'll see what the tracks are like and see if we run into any down trees. So stay with me, stay tuned. We're going to have a fun ride today. Well, after I hit one of those mud holes, I think something stuck behind my backing plate because it's giving me a gnarly squeak. I tried to clean it out. I'm hoping that it'll eventually go away because I'll show you here in a minute, but it's getting pretty gnarly. Coming over here to set up the camera. We've been rolling through some beautiful pines over here. I think this is called Birchfield Road. These are just county roads, and a lot of this stuff is kind of like four-wheel drive vehicles, which is really cool. But we're gonna set up this footage real quick and get this whole shot. Alright, so I figured out the squeaking noise. I had to kind of jolt my backing plate to my disc brakes and pull out a stick or a rock, whatever it was. I had to like turn it a couple times to get it loose. It was annoying. You hear in one of those videos, it's just screeching, hollering at me. And I just started the trails, so I didn't want to have to drive with that all day. We got out here a little late, around 2 p.m. We're about 55 minutes in with filming and trying to mess with that wheel. So we're gonna be checking out some of these county roads and documenting how they look. is a nice little day trip to get away from the average day life and come out here and explore. So we just knocked a tree. To a small down tree, so we're gonna pick this out real quick. All right, so first track is done. That last little bit was threw some mud on the truck. I remember that old song, gotta get a little mud on the tires. Anyway, yeah, we're making our way over here on a Sunday day trip. We're just exploring these roads. These are mostly county roads. It goes to show like the different terrains that you'll come across on these kind of roads that are just for like the people that live in here in the backwoods. But yeah, we're having a good time today, just kind of enjoying our time, stepping away from the house and out here riding and getting some footage for the YouTube. So we'll see you on the next trail. All right, we're just stopping by. I believe this is Lee Creek. And as you can tell through that last bit, we've gotten pretty muddy since we come out here. It's been raining all night over here, so we're getting some pretty wet red dirt, and it's making us slide around a little bit. I'm giving it a little lunch break, and we're gonna chill out by this water. I believe this might be some private property, so we don't want to intrude too much. We're gonna stay on the path, but I just wanted to kind of get out, stretch your legs, and let Hogarth out, get some fresh water. So we're gonna throw the drone up, get some scenic shots real quick, and then we're gonna be back on the road. So we're officially starting Pannell Road. This thing is rated a 5 on OnX. It's supposed to just be a county road. However, due to the pictures of it, we'll see if we can even make it, because there's probably like a 3-foot rock ledge, and it's pretty slick around here. And what I would be worried about is my drive shaft not clearing the rocks and end up finding that out and then being pretty much stranded. So we're gonna check this road out, see if it's safe enough for us to ride solo, and then make our way through. And if not, we're gonna try to make our way up to Devil's Den and just call it a day and kind of hike around. It is 3:50, so we're limited on time today. And I did have a 2-hour drive over here. And of course, we're riding in the hills, so it's gonna make a little longer trek back. I at least wanted to be back by home by 10, that way so I could get some decent sleep for work. Gotta be up by 4:30 a.m. and then start the fresh week. So we'll see how far we can make it. All right, these trails are starting to get really slick. We're in some dense covered forest down Pannell Road. We're hitting the most technical parts. I did walk ahead of us. There's no way I can do that rock ledge. The bypass is even pretty gnarly, so we're gonna see if we can make it through, or we're gonna have to turn back around where we came from. Yeah, when we get up there, I'll show you that rock ledge. It's freaking gnarly. So we're making our way. Truck's getting slick, tires are getting slick, but we're having some nice off-camera stuff down here. I am throwing on my locker because I'm sliding around and I want to be able to grip a little bit better coming up these tracks, and we're riding solo. So we're putting that locker to use, and these are county roads. All right, we've made it to the big rock ledge. I'm just gonna show you guys what I'm working with. This is not something that I would even consider wanting to stack. All this red dirt out here is super slick, but let me flip the camera around real quick. I'm just gonna come up here, show you the size comparison of this thing to my body. So if you look, that's next to my shin. Yeah, that's pretty gnarly. We got a bypass right over here that we're gonna take because this is looking pretty crazy. I would definitely bash my diff, screw up my drive shaft. That's not something I'm trying to do. So we're gonna take this track over here and continue this route out of here. You know, after this, I think we might end up calling it a day. We gotta head back. Truck's been flexing a lot through here, and I think we have a storm rolling in. I just heard on the GMSR, so this is not a place that I want to be stuck in. So let's get going and see if we can tackle this trail. All right, I wish I would have filmed it, but we were coming down. I was like, I think I got enough of this footage. Coming to some off-camera stuff, and I'm riding the edge, and there's a huge washout. Well, I was trying to ride up, and it threw me into the ditch. When I was backing out, I think I may have popped a tie rod, because now my steering wheel is cocked pretty bad, and I made it pop that sound. I don't think it's my CV. I still haven't got out and checked it out. I'm trying to make it out of these technical spots and get to where I can get to a level area and check it out. Oh no, oh man, it's squeaking bad. All right, hopefully we didn't mess up the truck, because we still gotta drive back, so if anything, we'll have to get towed. Let's hope that's not it. These county roads are no joke, especially Pannell Road, so just hope we can make our way out of here. All right, so I think that's going to conclude our day trip. Like I was saying earlier, we were sliding down off an off-camera section, and it was like going into a ditch. When I was trying to ride up, this red clay right here, red dirt, is super slick, and there was no way that I was getting out of it. This has happened to me before when I was climbing up Alexander Mountain. I kind of hit up too hard and I heard a pop. I just checked both CVs, I just checked both tie rod ends, and everything seems tight. With that being said, my steering wheel is cocked to the side one way, and I'm getting some squeaking. I'm hoping just stuff is in my back plate like it was earlier. Definitely put the truck to the test today with this little county road. You gotta watch out here in the Ozarks, because county roads can be deceiving four-wheel drive tracks. So we're gonna go ahead and air up, check everything, make sure everything's good, and then head back to the house and call it a trip. And as I say that, it's just now starting to rain, so we're gonna make our way out. Thanks for joining, guys. Don't forget check out this video and this video, and go back and subscribe. Thanks, guys. All right, so to conclude the video and what's going on, I think what's going on is the calibration setting on my alignment has been out. When I first tried to max out my caster when I was adjusting for the 33s on here, I had the same issue happen. I ended up stopping by AutoZone, cleared the codes. When I hopped on the highway, the codes kept popping back on. However, I can feel a little bit of instability within my turn ratio, so it feels like my toe or my camber is off. So we're making it back steady. We've been able to do like 75 smooth. It's just when we're turning, you can definitely feel the wheels split and how it's riding the edge of the tread on the Yokohamas. So these things are pretty beefy, and that's why I like them for off-roading, especially for the Ozarks. Anyway, we're making it back safe, and we got some issues to take care of, so I'll give an update somewhere, maybe like a short or something like that, let you guys really know what's going on, and we'll figure this issue out. So until next time, thanks for joining, and watch out for those county roads. Those things can turn into full-on four-wheel drive tracks. So until next time.